Hello, and welcome to the Week 8 update for the Dragon's Tavern. This week's update is for August 7th, with today being August 5th. Anything that comes in the next couple days will be caught up next week. This week we had 12 commits from 2 contributors, which brings our total to 158 commits from 9 total contributors, and we are finishing week 8 of 12, so we just passed the 2/3 mark of the project. This week, McFunkyPants came in and added the paper and fabric materials along with some hand-drawn flourishes to the cards, and then he updated the prefab, so we will see that in the game in just a moment. And then I focused quite a bit on the AI this week, so the opponent can change the attack and defense of their cards with a little bit of logic in there, and then the opponent can attack the player directly, and the opponent can attack the player's cards with the same type of movement system that the player can do to the opponent. I also created a win screen and a loss screen, and inside of those two screens the player earns currency, and that currency is going to be used inside of the hub area to acquire more cards. That way you can flesh out your deck a little bit more. So let's pop on over to the demo here. First I wanted to take a look at McFunkyPants' little art that he added to the cards. So we have a bit stronger of a border around the edges here, and then he also added some detailing at the bottom of the card. So you can see that over there, but we might be able to get a better shot over here where you can see some of those flourishes around the edge, and that's on both the monsters and the spell, which classes up the cards quite a bit. In terms of the gameplay, we have more functionality on the opponent side of things. So I'm going to hit the end phase. They are going to be able to play cards in both attack and defense position. In this case, all 3 of them were defense. Since he has no attacking cards, the turn ends and it comes back to me. So I'm just going to play one of these cards here. We're just going to put that into defense position. And then they are going to be able to play more cards and change the battle position for any of the cards that are currently on the field. So if we press the end attack there, they're going to draw, they're going to change the position, they're going to play more cards, and then they also have a little bit of logic behind the scenes where they try to guess essentially where the player's cards are, and if they hit it, then they go and attack them, and if they don't, then it's sort of like a battleship type of miss thing, so they don't attack. So let's see if they can get somebody this time around. So they changed a couple more of the positions there, and we have the Pukwudgie that came over and attacked the Astral Otter, and it looks like we lowered the Astral Otter's hit points a little bit there, so we went from a 4 to a 2, which should have destroyed the Pukwudgie. That's something to look into for a future instance. But the opponent can also attack the player directly, and it's easier to do this if I don't have any cards on the field, because it's the only way that you can attack the player directly. So let's go ahead and end our turn here, and they should be able to play. And we have a couple of cards in attack position, and they're going to attack directly. And we had the 2 cards that are in the opponent's attack position. Both of them have an attack of 4, and our health started at 10, and it went down to 2. So both of them attacked, even though only one played the animation. So that's another thing to look forward to tweaking in the future. But that is kind of the current state of the game. Well, actually, let's take a look at seeing if the opponent can attack us one more time, and we can see the game over screen. There we go. So the timing's just a little bit off, but you can see that the opponent was able to attack us quite a bit, and it dropped our health below 0. Because it's below 0, we get the loss screen here, and we have this try again button, we have this go to the lobby button, and this spinning coin up here is what I believe Tyler worked on, which is the same coin that's on the table, just without any background on it. So the idea is that for a loss, the player will get 1 token, and then for a win, they will get between 3 and 5 tokens. You can take those tokens to the hub area where you will put them into sort of like a sort of like a claw machine-esque type of thing, where you sort of draw a pack of cards out, and then you can add that card back into your deck. So that is the current state of the game. If we were to pop on over to the Trello here, We're getting up on the downhill stretch here. We have some sound effects and some music to look forward to here in the near future. We have a couple more programming items in terms of cheats and working on the hub area. We have a couple of bugs to figure out, and we have a tutorial page to make. And then in the 10th week, we're probably looking at a save system where you're going to save the cards that are available, the cards that the player has, the cards that are currently in their deck, and then a little bit of card balancing. And then we just have a couple of cleanup weeks left. So that is the current state for the Dragon's Tavern.